What's up, everybody? Episode 8
After a long hiatus
of the No Quarter Podcast. After a long hiatus.
Overdue.
Yeah, very overdue. We've been talking for weeks about how to get back into the swing of things, and we've all had a lot of crazy stuff going on. So we just took a little bit of a break so we could handle our businesses and personal lives, and we are back at it. But man, it seems like we missed
A lot.
a lot.
Yeah, like when the world starts burning down, we disappear.
Yeah,
like way to make
like
that
all the content makers are like reining in, you know? And we're like, no, we're gonna take a break.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna hit it when it's all less relevant, but we're gonna bring it all back.
But you know, it's with fresh opinions.
Fresh
Yeah.
opinions. Number one podcast in Idaho.
But how you do? Yeah, no, I love it. How you just doing? Miss you guys.
Miss you too.
I'm good, man. I'm feeling a little refreshed today after a lot of family in town and being in Utah with the Tactical Hive guys, and yeah, good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm actually curious about how Rob's doing in Florida.
Florida was good, man.
Was it?
Yeah, it was good. It was hot, but it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Went with the wife.
Went to with the wife, go visit our daughter. She's moving into a new place. Got to meet her boyfriend, which is awesome. And then we got to spend some time on the beach.
Hell
That was
yeah.
cool. Clearwater was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you go to Epcot?
We went to Epcot, yes. So
I
my
met-
daughter works for Disney, and we went
Oh,
there.
nice.
And
Did you get to go into the parks?
oh yeah. You
I've
can
never-
well,
I've
we
never
only
been.
went into Epcot, so
okay.
but we could go into any of the parks. She gets like free passes and whatnot. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I've never been to any of the Disney parks in Florida.
I'm not a
Yeah.
huge Disney fan, but the girls are, and it's
Yeah.
I don't like the politics, but it's cool going there, dude. It's clean. They spend billions of dollars on those parks, and it's just crazy. So it's like 47 square miles that they
Huge.
own, and it's just absolutely dialed.
It's 47 square miles.
I believe that's what my daughter was saying.
That's
47 square
crazy.
miles.
That is
Yeah.
so much land.
No,
Yeah.
it's fucking monstrous.
And it's absolutely dialed down to the garbage cans.
Yeah.
They're
Everything.
nice and clean.
I mean, how can it not be?
Yeah.
In
I
order
mean,
for that to remain even remotely nice.
I don't even know how a family of 4 even affords to go. I want to say it was like $200 or $300 a day
Yep.
per park or some shit like that when I was looking on the board.
Whoa.
Yeah. And we have
Yeah.
these guest passes where we're just like, scan them and we can go anywhere we want.
Yeah. It's expensive, man.
Yeah. I
We used
don't
to go
get it.
We used to go to Disneyland, me and my wife, but when we were boyfriend girlfriend, me and my girlfriend,
Me and my girl.
me and my girl. But we used to go to Disneyland all the time, and even when we lived in California and we only had one kid, not two, man, we would bring him to Disneyland every other month or so. And you know, at the time, it definitely didn't feel that expensive. But like looking at it, it's like, okay, we're gonna stay at the Grand California. Okay, well, there's $2,000. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna fly down. Okay, well, there's a couple $100.
Yeah, especially since you
Park
only fly
and-
first class.
Yeah, well, you know,
When
who she is.
when both my stepdaughters were in college and they were on their college program, they were both working for the parks. So one worked at Magic Kingdom, and I think the other at Epcot or whatever, vice versa. And we went down there twice, and we stayed on property at the Swan Dolphin. What an experience!
Yeah,
It's crazy, dude.
they do
so
a great job.
you take a water taxi in and out of the park. You know,
Oh,
like
that's sick.
dude, it's just it's crazy. Like it's all surrounded by water, and man, those hotels are crazy.
They do. As much as I hate Disney's stance on everything
Yeah.
and how filthy the
fucking
company
woke.
is, they're pretty fucking woke. But they do a fucking bang up job changing your mind about it.
That was creepy.
That's some zombie shit.
Is that the sim?
Yeah, that means,
Is Nick doing a?
no, a car drove by, and the reflection of that sent sunlight in, which has
That's a
infrared.
trip.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So like, for I don't know if it's gonna come through on the microphones, but our podcast studio is directly adjacent to the SimShot. What do you call it? The simulator.
Yeah.
And they have a zombie mode where you can go and like play zombie video games.
And it's on.
And
right
we're
now.
by ourselves in here. There's nobody else in here, and it just all of a sudden came on with like
And of course, it's a
horror
zombies.
movie. Yeah, it's a horror movie.
But I think it is picking it up.
I don't know. It might be. That's
I don't
pretty
know.
funny.
That's awesome.
Well, if this is a spooky episode, fall's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our intro to fall.
No, but they do a good job. You know, Disney. We've been to Disneyland multiple times too, and then Florida. But man, Florida's a whole different ball game.
Yeah,
It's nice out there.
I like Florida.
It's nice.
I want property out there.
I'd move there if I
Would
could
you?
get. Oh yeah, 100%.
The
I'd gotta be
humidity
on the
doesn't
coast,
bug
though.
you?
What's that?
Humidity doesn't bug you?
No, I
Get
actually
that
love it,
fucking Sarasota Black Rifle, dude.
dude. It's just that whole area over there, and that
That'd be dope.
Clearwater is just amazing.
Yeah, that's the inside, not
Yeah,
the
Gulf
outside.
Coast side, yeah.
yeah. I
Yep.
actually love that shit. I used
And
to
the
go
fishing's way better on that side too. So
Dude.
I went to Panama City Beach, and the water was blue. And then when I went to Pensacola, that area, the water was like milky green.
yeah,
But that could have just been Florida man shit.
Well,
It's-
that's, and that's
it's-
plankton, right? The green.
Oh, I don't.
That's,
fucking
I think
know.
that's a plankton bloom.
Yeah, that's science stuff. I'm not sure.
it was cool, man. It rained almost every single day that we're there. It come down like the drops in Florida, dude. They're like nothing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different.
And then
game.
it'd be gone in 20, 30 minutes. Like it never even happened. Everything's all clean. I mean, it was so green, dude. Everything is just
Lush.
lush.
I love
I
it.
got
It's
a
like it's like going to Hawaii, you know?
I got a buddy who lives down there. He's a secret agent, man, working for the spooks and all that. But he lives in
Secret agent Fed boy.
yeah. But he's like a freedom loving Fed boy, so he's fine.
Yeah.
He's on our team.
I don't know if those go together though.
He's on our team.
Is he?
Yeah,
He's listening right now.
he is.
They're all listening.
We're
Yeah,
aware of you.
But he's really he's giving us stats.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's cool, man. It was good. I'm glad to be back. It's always there's been a lot of things going on in my life. I had 2 friends pass away recently, and so I traveled down to see one of them before he passed away, and then I got word to the other one, and it's been a kind of a crazy last, I don't know, 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So, and I know you were gone, and you were having some issues, and
Yeah, just
life, bro.
life comes at you sometimes, and it really is when it rains, it pours.
It
Like,
does.
That is a very true sentiment, and it felt like for us, it was just hit after hit. So, just one of those times.
Glad to be back, though. It's nice to be back home,
Yeah,
grounded, going back to work, and
Yeah.
you know,
Hitting the routine, like
Yeah.
having that sense of normalcy.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
But while we were gone, holy shit! Seems
Yeah.
like the freaking sky started falling.
It did.
it's crazy shit, bro. We're in crazy times.
We are in crazy times. So today is July 29th, which means we are post Biden stepping down. Kamala now getting the
Nomination.
Well, she never
Democratic
got a
nomination.
nomination.
Well, she got the delegate vote.
Yeah, but that's all still bullshit
But,
too.
but she
I mean,
so she is the unelected Democratic nominee. How,
Yes.
Is that the
Yeah,
that's the right way to say
yeah.
it? Freaking Donald Trump's assassination attempt, which it seems like there is new elements coming out every single day as
Yeah.
to how and why that went down the way that it did.
Yeah.
What
Well-
else? It's been like a month and a half, 2 months. What are the other big? This is how crazy it is. Those are the things, and we're like, there were others.
Was there others though? Look, what else? I'm trying to think.
well, it was like a series of events, right? So
Yeah.
he was convicted.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's right. He was
So
convicted.
you know, and then
But-
the debates.
Well, the debates, and then the
Come on,
the
man.
SCOTUS ruling about official acts.
Oh yeah, yep,
Which that's an interesting topic all in of itself. What
Yeah.
yeah.
else?
There's a lot of stuff going on. It's crazy.
It is
Yeah.
crazy. Let's start with POTUS stepping down from the race. That's a good one to talk about.
Yeah. I like how you look at me like I have a real opinion on it.
I don't know if it's real, but I think it's
not-
it's going to
not.
be entertaining. That's
It could be. No, I think Rob
Dude, it
should
was
go
just
first.
it was a fucking matter of time. That guy's a fucking geriatric idiot.
well. So here's my take on it. I don't think they ever thought, is it Kamala, whatever, Kamala was going to be able to get the nomination legitimately.
She didn't get 1% of the vote the last time she ran.
Right.
This is all fake. All of it. It's all bullshit.
For sure. So
Bro,
this
he
is
hasn't been running the country anyhow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they've been hiding it for the last 3.5 years. How demented this motherfucker was.
Yeah.
They've been
I don't
lying
think-
to all of us.
I don't think she's been running the country. I think Barack's been running the country.
Someone's been running it, and they've been running it into the fucking ground.
Mhm.
You know, so this isn't surprising. I'm just
No.
surprised it took this long to get to where we're at. So now there's got to be some type of correction.
Yeah, I
Um,
think it was the only way that they were going to get somebody that they controlled and wanted on the ballot was keeping him on it, getting the vote as the incumbent,
What is
and then kicking him to the
what
curb.
is crazy, right? That we're even considering this as an option, or they are. All they have to do is go look at her past history in California.
Oh, dude.
She's a fucking train wreck. A train wreck.
Well, she only got to where she got in California by freaking blowing freaking
Brown.
people with power.
That's an honest living, though.
in Nevada, what is it? Dirty hands, clean money.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Dirty
man,
mouth, clean
that
money.
Mm-hmm.
The progressives, right? And how the elites control everything. Like, we're completely out of control. We have no control.
No.
And so,
Yeah,
like,
man.
are we going to have no control and continue on our lives owning a gun store, working in public service or owning SimShot? Like, honestly, when I look and I take stock of my personal surroundings, like, I feel like, dude, our forefathers have done so much for less. And here we are just allowing the fucking country to come unraveled.
And they were like teenagers and early 20s.
They were
when
like
they,
fucking children.
And here I am mid fucking 40s, and I feel like I haven't done shit.
Yeah, we're getting a little too old to fight almost.
This is crazy, bro. Like, I like, where does it end? And I'm not for violence, but I think that violence is going to be the only way to put shit back in perspective.
If things keep progressing the way they progress, I mean, do we have any other real option?
Well, what the fuck, dude? We're not going to own shit, and we're going to like it.
Yeah.
We're all going to be renting. Like,
Eat
we're not going to
those.
own nothing.
Eat those crickets.
Yeah. We're going to be doing what they tell us to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we all think that we're free. We're fucking far from that.
Or regulated in everything we fucking do.
Like they already do.
Yeah. Absolutely. I just got shit on for not registering my Chevelle. Someone was just like, you didn't register your Chevelle?
From here?
Yeah. Why
Like-
the fuck would I do that? It's none of their business.
I mean, you do
like
have to,
like
if you're
a
gonna-
person or an agency.
A person was telling me that I was being unethical by not having it registered. And I'm like, fuck yourself.
How? Okay.
Who
It's
cares?
no one's business
I want
what
to
car I'm
unpack that.
driving.
How is that unethical? Is it illegal based off of the current laws? Okay, fine, fair. But how is it unethical?
I think that they were just trying to get me to say that I was in the wrong more than anything.
Somebody that you know?
Yeah, but
Do you
we're
consider
not
them
like
part of the inner sanctum?
No, not one of the homies. Just people at a pool,
Hmm.
I'd say, do you pay my fucking bills? Okay, yeah, shut the fuck up.
And that's exactly what I would say to a cop if he pulled me over. Like, this isn't registered. I'd be like, yeah, go fuck yourself, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
And then he'd be like, "Okay, here's your
ticket. Or
Yeah,
we're gonna
and
take
you know
your
what?
car.
Yeah, or they can impound it, and I'll just go get it back right away.
Yeah.
It's simple enough. I can afford to have that opinion and be that shitty of a person, but fuck that.
I don't think it makes you a shitty person. I just think you're making a choice based off of whatever you want.
Yeah.
But-
Well, just like talking on the phone in the car. Like, how are you going to tell me I cannot talk on the phone with my hands on my phone in my fucking car if I'm not hurting someone?
dude, here's one that bugs me. It's like
that drives me crazy, actually. You got a fucking truck that has
Bluetooth.
fucking connect the motherfucker.
No, I do connect it, but like that doesn't mean that I fucking want to.
This fucking guy.
What if I
love it.
want to? What if I just feel like, you know what? I don't feel like Bluetooth today. I just feel like holding the phone up to my ear
God
like a
damn.
good old fashioned American.
Here's my take on it. I don't think it's a good idea. Do I think you should be penalized, arrested for it? No.
No.
It's like this is what makes no sense to me. You can get a ticket in Idaho for not wearing a seatbelt, but you don't have to wear you don't have to wear a helmet on a motorcycle.
And you can sit in the back
so-
of the truck.
So
And you can sit in the back of the truck. I can put my 6-year-old kid in the back of my pickup
Yep.
truck and go down the freeway. Perfectly legal. But if my wife is not wearing a seatbelt or I'm not, I can get a ticket for it.
no. A cop in Idaho cannot stop you for not having a seatbelt.
But they can ticket you for it if they stop you for something else.
It's a secondary offense.
Correct.
I haven't worn a seatbelt here in fucking a long time.
See,
I
I think
wear a
that's
s-
I
I
think that's
wear a
incredibly
seatbelt.
stupid.
No,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree.
I think it's incredibly stupid to not wear a helmet on a motorcycle.
And a bicycle, dude. I took a spill on a bicycle.
Right.
Could have killed me.
It makes no
Yeah.
sense to me. But do I think you have the right to be an idiot?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
100%.
yeah. If I want to fly through my windshield, that's on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel
Like,
bad for your family.
Yeah.
totally.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what your life insurance looks like. They might come out on the other side of that better, but
You know, I honestly don't know if I have life insurance. I don't think I do. I probably should, so my wife doesn't have to like.
worry about it.
Yeah, but no. Here's the thing. It's no one's fucking business what I'm doing if I'm not hurting anyone else.
I entirely agree with you.
Yeah.
Entirely agree with you.
So regulation of any kind, we're not free. You're telling me that I have to.
But
do
as
it.
your close friends, we can say you're an idiot for talking on
Yeah.
your phone while driving.
It
no,
drives
totally.
me
And
fucking
here's the
nuts.
thing. My phone auto connects. Everybody, okay. My seatbelt doesn't.
He needs the
So-
90s seatbelts.
The one where you close
No,
the
this
door
is
and it
what you
just
got to
goes
do. You got to
over.
get one of the like little clickers that go in so it trips the sensor so it won't
I do.
ding at you.
Yeah.
Oh, do you got one?
Yeah, click it.
Is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
I've been needing to get one of those. was.
I wear a
And it's-
seatbelt, dude.
I wear a
I
seatbelt
wear-
all the time. But what it drives me crazy is like if I'm out at my like grandpa's ranch or something, I'm just
Yeah.
putting around the ranch.
Bing, bing,
It bings at
bing.
me. It's
Yeah.
so annoying.
You used to be able to push the forward ones, click, 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 click,
Yeah,
and
they'd
they'd go
stop.
off,
Mm.
but not anymore.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I've got a 12, so maybe
Yeah.
it still does.
Or even just like think of this: registering your fucking dog.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
that one
that's-
drives me
that
crazy.
one's stupid.
Like, take my dog to the vet and like, oh, he's not registered. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they
a
tried.
fucking dog.
They tried to do that to me in California.
I had. I
fucking
mean,
dog.
there are so many things like in California. So you have that luxury tax on boats and shit.
Oh yeah.
So like,
Dude, the luxury tax on owning a business.
yeah, exactly. Well, there was a tax. So legitimately, you know, when you go to DMV after
Yeah.
you buy something and they know exactly what you paid for. A lot of people fudge on what they paid for
Yeah.
their things when they buy them used.
I bought this car for $1.
But when you buy something
If you buy
new,
it from a dealer.
right. So, but if you buy from a private party, then they fudge on how much you paid for it.
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause you pay tax and license on that. Well, dude, I bought a brand new boat, brand new Skeeter, and I paid X amount of dollars to it. They know exactly what I paid for it. They were valuing it off of not what I paid for it, but what the native value was for years until we actually moved here and I sold my boat. I was still paying $700 a year
Like
on their
fair
perceived
market value.
on their value versus what I paid for the motherfucking boat. And I every year, every July, you can contest it, and I would do it, and they would deny it. Nope, this is what it's worth. This is what the tax is. I'm like, dude, you fucking clowns! Like, I didn't even pay that much for the fucking boat. You know
You know how to
it's
get
like,
around that though, right?
Just don't do it, and then they
Just don't
fucking lean
fucking
you.
tell anyone anything.
Well, then they lean you because you can't register it. You can't do shit.
yeah, just
In
Registered as a
maritime patrol, they're more strict than any street cop.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
fuck, they really are.
Every
huh?
time I fished a
Lord.
tournament, it seemed like I'd get stopped, and they'd
Yeah.
hassle you.
That's so like we work very closely with the sheriff's office on the lake when I'm doing like the lake patrol for paramedic stuff.
Yeah.
And like those guys are pretty cool out there because they're all just a bunch of like country boys, but like they know the book upside down, inside out, left.
Did
and
they
right.
ever put the boater license? Like you have to have a boater's license
Yeah.
now in California.
Yep, it's
Is
a
that like it's
California boaters card.
yeah.
How
is
do you
that-
fucking test for that?
You go online. It's a very simple curriculum. I basically paid like an extra $30 for it to be a cartoon, so I could like understand it.
Could you give this to me in crayon form?
Yeah, it's literally what it was.
Well, it's just like the
Fuck.
freaking handgun safety certificate, you know, before you
Yeah.
can buy a handgun or any gun. Actually,
Takes 5 minutes.
well, it's like 30 questions,
Yeah.
and
And some of the questions are worded in a really
They're
weird.
so
I remember the
stupid.
first time I took it. It was I can't remember what the question was, but it was something about like order of safety or something like that. You know, like
well, dude, there's one on there. It's like I guess it would be relevant, but it's like, what is the proper orientation of a firearm? Like holding a firearm. Well, that depends on where you're located at. Do I live upstairs? Do I live
Right.
downstairs? So if I live downstairs, should I be orientating the rifle or pistol up? You know, if I,
Right.
I am upstairs, do I, it's
yeah,
just-
if you live in a
but the-
suburb and you're on the top story of a 2-story house,
Right.
what direction is safe?
so it always says just like a safe direction is like the, and everybody seems to fail it.
Yeah, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the real answer is at your face.
that's out of the tactical hive curriculum.
Yeah. No, definitely not. 100%. Miles, ignore this fucker. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. We still love you. We want to be affiliates. Let's go.
No, but there's a lot, man. There's a lot to unpack. We've gone past the point of no return, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know
It's
where.
bad.
Like, I know a lot of people that are in very religious. They're thinking that the only way that we're going to get out of this is praying, and everybody better be right with God, this, that, and the other. But it's like, dude, I get it. I believe in God. I think God probably had his hand on Trump to not have his fucking head blown off. But yeah, I don't know where we go from here. This is just crazy. We've never seen this. We almost watched Trump die live on TV, like literally, and there would have been no coming back from that.
I would like to
on
share the
either
story of how I found out.
We were texting.
Yeah, we were.
I-
I was actually at Old State Saloon.
Yeah.
I-
Oh,
We
were
were
you
over
really?
there, yeah, because we donated some shit to the saloon,
Yeah.
a binary trigger, and we were over there, supporting the giveaway.
Nice.
And dude, I get a text message from one of my cop buddies, and I'm like, no fucking way. I thought it was
Somebody's
a
here.
joke.
I think it's probably Nick.
Is it okay? I just saw a shadow walk by, so yeah. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
You just turn off the zombie
So no,
music.
I'm shooting a firearm instructor qualification. That is
that's right,
a
you were.
long fucking day, and truly, in 3 days I shot 1,500 rounds of pistol.
I love it.
A lot of fucking work. And towards the end of this qualification, we had like 4 or 5 more drills left to complete to get all done. And my watch just out of fucking nowhere, just like wah 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 wah. And I look down, and it's like no quarter boys. Then it's like Erica. Then it's like all these, just everyone's blowing up my group text message logs, everything. And I'm over here trying to like, okay, I got to shoot this 25-yard qualification right now.
You're like, something's
My watch
happening,
is-
though.
And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, something must have happened in Idaho that's really important. But like,
Because you were down in Utah.
I was in Utah. And I'm not going to just be like, hey guys, let me check my phone real quick. I'm like, we're fucking getting down. And so I'm just like, fuck, something bad must have happened, or maybe someone got hurt. But like, okay, it's going to have to wait. It's just going to have to wait. So I take my watch off because it was just constantly vibrating. And like, not that that's going to make me shoot worse, because I'm already as bad as I can be, really, you know? But like, get out. I'm like, what happened? And like, literally, Trump got shot. I think it was the first response I got. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I got another text message. Trump got shot in the head. So I'm like, fuck, Trump's dead? Like, holy shit. Like, what's going on? And pull up Instagram, and right away, boom, Trump shot in the ear. And I'm like, oh, motherfucking crazy. I mean, horrible, gnarly event.
And
but
you
like,
think that these fucking dumb liberals, they're like, oh, that's fake. It was a ketchup packet. It was, dude, all the craziness.
What drove?
Dude, I'm like, what
do you think
in the
Fed
actual
boys are going to
fuck?
use ketchup? Like, bro, no. They're not going to use fucking ketchup.
Like,
It would have been synthetic
there
blood.
are some contributors, literally in the media, that still are denying that he
it was
was
real.
shot. And to take it one step further, the FBI director even alluded that it could have been shrapnel. They weren't 100% certain. And then they had to walk it back when Trump
I was like, they just
"Fuck you."
clarified it. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no, I was fucking shot. And then they're like, we want to see your medical records. Well, motherfuckers, let me see Biden's medical records. For 3.5 fucking years, you're telling me that he doesn't have fucking mental illness? Like, go fuck yourselves.
Well, Biden
like-
doesn't have medical records. He's been dead for years, dude.
Well,
That's an actor.
I'm
I
over
don't
it,
know.
I don't know
guys.
about
I
that,
don't know. I don't
but-
know where we go, but
I
better
don't
get
know.
your fucking shit in order at home.
Yeah.
Get your finances in order. Get your fucking...
Get some
Finances.
silver.
Banks are going to fail, bro.
Yeah, get
Bro,
some
well, I
silver.
know. That's the other
Like,
thing. Do
You mean
like,
convert everything to
do you keep
precious
your-
metals?
Exactly.
Yeah. Get
I mean,
some
that's
batteries.
like look at all the hacks that just happened, dude. When we were traveling,
Oh, the
Delta shit
what
went
was
down.
that? It was the Microsoft CrowdStrike. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, CrowdStrike.
Yeah.
Dude, there were thousands and thousands of people stuck and stranded.
Dude, all of the dispatch systems are Microsoft based.
Yep.
So all of the 911 dispatches that
County
were
was
going
down?
out, most of the counties were down.
And people don't realize that.
All of the 911 dispatches were going out on like sticky notes and phone
Yeah.
calls because
Yeah.
there was no dispatch system.
And they were handling their shit, though. I will
For
say.
sure.
I heard Ada County. I heard the dispatchers were like, fucking, let's keep going.
Let's roll.
And they just fucking handled their shit like a bunch of savages.
I didn't
Unsung
realize
heroes, man.
that Pulse Point
Dispatchers
is
are-
connected to that. That's why I wasn't getting any updates. And I was
Yeah.
like, dude, that's weird.
Where's the AED at? I have to stay current.
CPR needed nearby.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's all really crazy. And I'm gonna admit, like right up front, like I'm guilty as charged of like I'm so disassociating from all of this shit. I'm just like, look, fucking just wake me up when it's time to fucking get down. Like I'm just there. Like my opinion, though it may be comical to some people, including you guys, is like so fucking irrelevant. It's not gonna change shit. And no matter how fucking ready I am for something to change, like this is not a small group of people thing that has to be done. It has to be a fucking monumental amount of people that have to say like, yeah, fuck this. We're not paying taxes this year and we're
Yeah.
gonna tell them all the fuck off. But until people can let go of their iPhones and their comforts and all that shit, then it's just never gonna fucking happen.
Well, the question is where everybody keeps asking, like, where's the line in the sand?
I think the
And
line in the sand is
it
at a
moves.
local right now. Like right now, more than anything, we all need to get involved locally. And we need
Yeah.
to start pushing back on any fucking crazy shit that doesn't align with conservative values. You're fucking done.
Yeah.
Your days are fucking numbered in my book. Like
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Locally, we can't control anything at the federal level. No. You need to get a hold of your local senators. You need to start going to fucking city council meetings, the fucking school board meetings, and pushing back on all of this fucking woke agenda shit and stopping it. And I don't know how that happens. You know, I'm not calling for violence. I'm not calling to fucking start taking people out, but maybe it's at that point.
Move to Slow Jamistan.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys about that?
Yeah. Move there. We could honestly, I think like our core group of friends, we could go fucking take that over and be in charge.
Slow Jamistan.
Yeah.
Do like a military coup.
We could 100% go. We could fucking run that fucking country tonight. Like we could go there and just be like, this is fucking ours now.
It's just wild though. Like think about it. Like things that we used to do. Think about when we're kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The shift is so progressively. It doesn't even look the same as it was when I was growing up. No, any of it. Like none of the politics.
Nothing.
And I just think, honestly, local is the only... We have zero chance at the federal level.
Yep.
The elites run fucking everything. And until those can get weeded out or they die off, it might be too far gone. Well, I mean, we'll be fucking Venezuela before too long.
When you look at the course of human history and the rise and fall of empires, I mean... I think it's undeniable that our empire is failing. We are on the downward spiral of the end of an empire. And the thing is I don't know what that looks like in modern times with the age of information, the internet, how much international trade and commerce we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Like now we're no longer just talking about, and I'm sure that there were international commerce issues when the Roman Empire fell. Right. Like there were other countries that depended on that empire, but I don't know what it looks like in modern times.
Here's the problem that I have. Like, and this is the biggest fucking problem that we have. The data that we're receiving is 100% fake.
Oh, it's filtered.
None of it is true.
There's well, not none. There's enough truth to make it feel real and tangible, and then propagandized from the rest.
So you can't make a fucking informed decision. The only thing that you can do and control is your actions, your health, and your finances.
Yeah.
That's it. And pretty soon we're not going to be able to control our own finances. So it's going to be health and your own actions. That's it.
What do you think that looks like?
I don't know, dude. I honestly, there needs to be a reset.
Metal helmets and
it's going to be, I honestly believe, and I hate to say this, it's going to be violence. It's the only thing that's going to correct this.
I think violence is inevitable. And what it looks like, is it North Korea? Is it civil war? I don't know. But violence on U.S. soil hasn't happened since Pearl Harbor, with the exception of 9/11. But I mean,
here's the deal. War. They want us to have an uprising amongst ourselves,
for sure,
so they can control us even more.
Yeah.
And I think the conservatives have been doing a very good job of keeping their cool.
Yeah.
Way more than the left.
Well, yeah.
Right? And they want to keep saying this insurrection and all this, throwing the fucking book at these dudes, prison terms for simple fucking trespass on the people's fucking house.
I know.
That's our fucking house. We control that, not them. Like, we put them in a position to do a fucking job for us. They work for us, and they fucking forgot about that. And they're going to be needing to be reminded of that by we the people. Now, how that looks, I have fucking no idea.
Yeah.
But it ain't going to be with hopes, prayers. It's not going to be, we're going to have to fucking force a reset. And I don't know how that looks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, God's not going to help, dude. He's watching football or something. He's busy. we got to fucking, it's up to us.
Dude, I ultimately think the reset is not going to be very peaceful.
I hope it's not.
I don't know. I don't like looking at, my daughter's 6-month-old, like how that looks,
and thinking they are going to grow up in a war torn. That's where I'm at too. I don't want
dude.
War.
And think about this: we don't have fucking missiles flying over our head like they do in Israel,
and that's what I
shit like
that's
that.
Right. Like we haven't dealt with force on force.
We don't know what
war.
that looks like, and they see it. They're living that. Afghanistan, Iraq, all these fucking places.
Bro, they're fucking used to it.
Do we want to be like that? Because that's where we're headed.
I don't know what it looks like. I agree. I think there is going to be violent conflict on U.S. soil.
Bro, they're here. They are fucking here.
This is my point. We have not dealt with force on force violence.
Yeah.
I mean, engaged in a battle since Pearl Harbor. Yes, we've had attacks. Yeah, we've had riots and there's been violence, but there's not been a force on force war or battle on U.S. soil since the 1940s. Think about that.
But here's the other thing: are we who are we fucking fighting?
And that's
right?
the big question.
Are we fucking fighting purple-haired fucking Antifa?
I'm not sure if that's really a fight.
I mean, I don't think so. But then here the other thing is, look how many fucking terrorists have come through the southern border, the northern border, any of these borders that are not secure. Like, they're here. What is the next game plan?
I don't know.
Like, you're going to be out to dinner with your fucking family and boom, the fucking restaurant explodes?
I'll say this, like, drinking while out and about with my kids and my family, done, gone. Like, going anywhere not strapped, done, gone.
I don't go anywhere unarmed anyhow, but
like,
I'm just...
And I wasn't either, but it's like there's now another level of win. It's not if, it's when. And what does it look like? You know what I mean?
And you think, like, oh, we live up here in Idaho and it's going to be this, that,
we're
the
not
other,
insulated.
We're not insulated. And then you just start seeing shit like what just happened to Trump, right? Fucking podunk town. Not a very big fucking town at all. And one fucking kid, 20-year-old, fucking defeats the Secret Service.
Did you see that the CIA for the first time has commented on... so there's a bunch of people saying, "Oh, this is like another MK Ultra, whatever." And the CIA released an official comment saying, "This is not MK Ultra," which is like
weird.
It's MK Ultra.
It is.
Like the kid got
how do multiple layers, state, federal, local police, they lose sight of this motherfucker for 90 minutes prior to Trump even going on stage? There were no comms between local.
That makes no sense.
And
You can't lose sight of anybody for 90 minutes.
Go fuck yourself. Like, literally, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You're trying to sell that to us? Like, dude, the fucking American people aren't stupid.
You could.
And he was flying a fucking drone a couple hours earlier.
I probably am being watched just because of who I associate
they're
with.
only
Listen to what Rob just said.
But they're only targeting guys like us, like, dude, literally that have something to fucking lose.
Yeah.
They could take my fucking FFL. They could take all my fucking licenses in California just because I got a DUI. But you can't fucking find a dude, which I've never had a DUI, but those are the things.
Oh, I was like, story time.
No, a standard misdemeanor. They can pull all those permits at their discretion.
Right.
But you can't find a fucking 20-year-old within that small perimeter.
Yeah.
He gets up on a fucking roof with an AR-15, a shitty one at that.
With a big-ass ladder.
16-inch barrel and a fucking red dot, and he was able to get 8 rounds off, and nobody fucking
Have you seen the second shooter videos?
Yeah, the water tower.
From like the water tower. Yeah.
I mean,
very well could have been an in-place sniper.
Why the fuck wasn't nobody up there?
Well, there was somebody up there.
Well, there was.
But there was, but who?
But who?
Yeah, the one guy's just like, I'm just looking for a good
I don't know,
view.
man. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but dude, people have fucking called Alex Jones crazy for the last 20 years.
And then everything is
my favorite one is the frogs.
The frogs.
Oh my
They're turning our frogs gay.
They're turning our frogs gay. And then it came out that they actually were turning our frogs gay. That is the best story.
I want to laugh, but I can't. Like,
you have to laugh,
bro. I'm getting to the dude, we're only on this planet for such a fucking short fucking time.
Yep.
And the older I get, the more fucking, dude, I'm getting indoctrinated myself watching these videos, and I'm getting more fucking pissed off, and I'm getting to the point where I don't give a fuck anymore because I've lived a fucking great life.
Yeah.
Like, let's get this motherfucker on, or let's get it off. Like, that's where I'm at. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm just done with it, dude. I'm done with it. I want to live a happy life with my wife. I want to see my fucking grandson grow up without conflicts, without fucking wars, And that's what these motherfuckers are going to put us right into. She gets elected, dude, we're fucking going to be attacked. Then we're going to be in another 20 fucking year war. It's just like, dude, fuck that. And we're sending our young kids off to do these things in foreign lands,
dude,
where they fucking hate us.
Yeah. My boys are all like, I want to be in the Air Force. I want to be a pilot. And my youngest guy, he sees like all the Marine Corps stuff. I want to be a Marine. And I'm like, no, that's a negative Ghost Rider.
I mean, dude, it's noble, right? Like, you want to do that for but underneath this leadership,
no,
fuck you. They forced the fucking mandate on everybody.
Yeah.
People lost their fucking jobs. People fucking committed suicide. They got fucking families to break up because they couldn't fucking agree because they were sending out bad information.
Yeah, man.
Bro, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. They're controlling us.
I'm at the point now where it's strategic, it's coordinated,
It is.
all of it.
And anybody that doesn't see it, you're you're dumb.
What was I gotta find the video and I'll send it to you guys later. There's a video out of a former KGB Soviet operative or whatever. And then this is decades ago. And he's talking about how you collapse a society. And, and it's all about propagandizing and indoctrination. And it's Marxist ideologies that are pushed in through the schools. Yeah. And literally, this is like 50, 60 years ago. And everything he said, it's Dr. I'm gonna have to look it up. Play for play.
Yeah.
What he said back then has played out
from the inside out.
Exactly from the inside out.
Yeah.
Nothing is different. It's exactly what it says. So it's like at a certain point, how many times can you say coincidence before you say, no, this is a thoughtful, coordinated attack to bring down our individual strength, our community strength, so that then there can be inserted centralized power.
Well, they're doing a good job because we're already divided.
Insanely divided.
And they did that. And they're probably sitting back and listening to Rob. I'm fucking angry.
Well,
like, it's working.
And
it is. I mean, it is. I'm starting to get indoctrinated where I'm like, dude, fuck you. I'm over it.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to the point where I personally don't give a fuck anymore. I've lived a fucking great life.
Yeah.
As long as my wife is fine, but then I don't know what that looks like either when I'm out of the picture. Who takes care of her? I have life insurance. We have assets. We can fucking sell. There's shit there's shit in place. There's mechanisms in place if I'm not around. But I still want her to be secure and feel her safety. But I'm at a point where, dude, I've lived a fucking awesome life. I've been through so many amazing ups, downs, all arounds. Like, dude, I want to get healthy, right? Myself, I want to get my mind right. And I want to have fucking peace and tranquility and not have to fucking worry about this. But unfortunately, we have to worry about this. The time is right now. It's right now. It's right in front of us. And we're doing nothing as grown adults, men, real men. I think we are the last bit of them. I mean, dude, look at the fucking generation behind us. Like, they're pussies, dude. Honestly. Like, literally. Like, us in our 40s, close to 40 or above.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I don't know what this looks like. But
God, cutting deep with that.
I'm serious,
almost
dude.
40, and I'm like, yeah.
It's real shit, dude. Like, when you get to, like, I'm 47. I just turned 47. It's like I'm watching a brand new life come into this world, which my
your
grandchild, and I'm wondering what it's going to look like 20 years from now.
Yeah.
Dude, you got Israel being attacked, and I don't give a fuck how you feel about Israel. I am tired of sending our fucking money off to foreign lands and whatnot. But when our government is telling another ally of ours how they can fucking defend themselves from being attacked, we got real fucking problems.
Well, and we're involved in 2 foreign wars.
Exactly.
People have all but forgotten that Ukraine is still fighting a war.
Yeah. Which is all fucked up in the first place. Like, literally.
Well, if they're not showing it on CNN, they're not they don't know. People rely on fucking media fully. There's so many good fucking sources to find information.
Bro.
Yeah.
People don't even realize.
I mean, I just traveled literally across the country. Had a layover in Denver. And I start to try to read people, right? Were they busy, the airports? Yes. When you go and you start talking to different people, like especially all the way across the country, it's crazy how divided we are, 1, and 2, how people just put their fucking head in the sand. Like, literally.
Well, it's safe in there.
I don't know. I don't know.
People like that. They put their blinders on. They don't want to deal with the fact that they have to do something. And everyone fucking really likes their iPhones. I'm telling you, dude, people are scared to be uncomfortable.
Well, and that is exactly where we're at. You hit the nail on the head. We are in a place of extreme comfort and convenience. And
what's the saying?
What is comforting about putting $100 of fuel in your fucking truck to get to work? Or something that cost you $175 for a week of food now costs you $400.
I'm going to tell you right now. Because
how the fuck does that continue to go on?
That $100 isn't real to people. Think about that. You swipe a card. You never How many people deal with cash? How many people balance their checkbooks? How many, dude?
So is everybody over fucking drawn at their bank every fucking week?
They're living on credit. I mean, dude,
But the fucking credit only goes so far.
but nobody cares because guess what? They'll just open another card. Dude, I am telling you, man, people no longer have tangible connection to what is real. You swipe $100 and they're like, oh yeah, the number is bigger, but there's no tangible feeling. It's no longer, I had to pay for gas, so I can't pay for milk. They swipe their card and they get their gas. Even though they may not have money, then they go and they swipe their card and they get their milk. There's no tangible difference to people.
Well, and if that card doesn't work, guess what they do?
They get the other
They
one.
pull the other one out.
And if that doesn't work, then they go on government
Bro.
stamps and they get sent a card that just gives them the things they need.
Yeah.
Bro, people already own nothing. Like it's just the reality
honestly,
of it.
if it so my oldest daughter, right? Like we had this conversation when we were over in Florida. It's like, dude, I feel so bad for them because they will never at this pace that we're going,
Own property.
they will never own property. They will never own a home because you just cannot fucking get ahead, no matter how hard you work.
No.
There'd be no way, like literally, like I don't have a car payment. Sherry and I don't have car payments. The only thing that we owe on is our home.
Same.
Like I don't even know that I'd want to ever fucking start over again. I don't even want another car payment. If I can't fucking buy it outright, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
I
I just
feel it.
don't, and I feel so badly for these kids because when we're growing up, if you work hard, you're able to get whatever it is that
Well,
you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is the American dream.
And it
Sure.
wasn't even easy for.
No.
I mean, I'm 37. It was not fucking easy. I had to work fucking hard to get everything
Bro.
I have.
Still got to work hard for everything that we
Sure.
fucking have.
But now you have to work even fucking harder with a generation of people who don't want to fucking work.
Well, and not only that, but they get freaking their feelings hurt anytime something doesn't go exactly their way.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like that. It makes me uncomfortable. And
Yeah, there's so much shit I
Next.
did as an
So
electrician.
what do we do? What do we do?
I don't know, dude. I'm not trying to be defeatist. And again, there's perspectives, right? Like you talk about faith and whatnot. Like I have a perspective that is rooted in what I believe and why, but like I'm not sure there is a fix. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there is a functional reset. Like everybody talks about like how do we reset it? I don't know that there is one.
Yeah.
But again, like that's stemmed in my belief set. Like we may be at the end of it. You know what I mean?
It's weird. I
but
don't,
I don't know.
I don't
and-
have a whole lot of mentors, like, right? Like there's people that I look up to and there's things that I read and whatnot. But in my circle, right, I have a lot younger friends than me
Mhm.
and I have a lot older friends.
Yeah.
And I try to take this perspective from the younger and take the wisdom from the older,
Mhm.
you know, and in somewhere in between, you know, and then obviously my beliefs
Sure.
and then my morals, my moral compass. And I'm trying to guide myself through this and try not to get super emotional because when you're emotional,
You make rational.
you make bad
irrational
decisions,
Yeah.
right? And when you're drinking and then you're emotional, you make even worse decisions. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you try to guide yourself and try
Sure.
to do the moral right thing always, treat people the way you want to be treated. But then I start listening to these older people that are retired, right? That I look up to, that are my friends. And like that guy's been around the block or this, you know, and then having text messages with these people each day. And he's like, dude, I fucking think we're done. Like
Yeah.
somebody that I look up to, I think that we're done. I think our days are absolutely
Numbered.
And it's just what is going to be the next news cycle to get people into a tailspin.
Well, this is I think about this all the time. Like I have 2 boys, and you have 2 boys,
I do.
and our philosophies of parenting I think are very similar and very different. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like I think that we both understand that we need to raise well-rounded men.
Yeah, I think same direction, different lanes is probably
Yeah. Like
the-
I'll tell
the
my
best
kid
way to
again.
put
We
it.
know. I'll tell my kid to go punch a kid in the throat.
Right.
Like straight up, go handle that shit. But the only if our generation isn't going to have this fixed and handled and taken care of, it's going to be up to the good parents
Totally agree.
to raise straight up, well-rounded motherfuckers that are tough as fucking nails. to
Raise
handle.
real men and real women.
How do you guys feel about this? And how are you teaching your young men, your young boys to be men? All this pronouns and people wanting to be fucking called this, that, and the other. Dude, if I fucking see you or I see a transgender person, I'm not fucking addressing a legitimate biological male as a female.
Yeah.
It's not gonna fucking happen.
No.
Ever.
No.
I'm not gonna use their preferred pronouns. I don't give a fuck. I'm not. Okay. Here's how I feel about this, and just straight up, everybody
us.
knows this. They took the fucking. Everybody wanted these equal rights, right? We're gonna give everybody equal rights. You could get married to whoever the fuck you want to be married with, you know. And then the alphabet fucking crew starts getting longer and longer and longer and longer, right? So it's, you know, whatever the fuck it is. I don't even
Chef
whatever.
Boyardee.
Exactly. It's not about fucking being equal. It's about fucking control.
Mm-hmm.
Now they want to fucking control anybody that is not like them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you will never get me to address you as sir or ma'am. You're biological. If you're you look like a fucking man, right? And I believe that you're a man, you're going to get called a ma'am. Or a man or a woman, right? Regardless.
Ma'am.
You know,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not fucking playing the game, and I don't give a fuck. I don't care. If it hurts your fucking feelings, if it fucking makes you mad, if it, you know, I don't care.
Well, we're also not.
So are you teaching your kids the same fucking thing, or?
Well, my kid knows my pronouns.
Dad.
Big/sexy. Fuck all y'all. No,
I
so,
mean, where does it go though? Like literally, because your kids got to be fucking confused when they're like, "That is a fucking man,
yeah,
Dad,"
yeah. So my son right now is
but
in.
he's wearing a dress.
Yeah. What's wrong with him? He's gay.
I have no problem telling my sons that there are people that are very confused.
Yeah.
And that's literally where it goes. Like, my sons are young, and so a lot of things just doesn't register. But we do go to restaurants
fucking
now.
know.
Oh, I'm not saying that they
Kids
don't.
are fucking smart,
a lo-
dude.
I'm not saying that.
They know the weirdness.
But a lot of things just don't. They don't register the same way that they do with us,
Yeah.
right? They don't go, oh, mind virus. Like, they just think like, oh, that looks weird. And sometimes it's, hey, Dad, that's beyond baseline. Explain it. And I'll just be like, hey, you know, that's a young man who is very confused. You know, he doesn't understand what's going on. He's got a lot of thoughts that he doesn't know how to reconcile with himself. And so that's the way he presents himself to the world. It's not right. And then I reaffirm. I'm like, are you a young boy or are you a young girl? I'm a boy. Why? And they'll explain it to me. I'm like, so when you become a grown up, what are you going to do? Like, well, I want to get married and I want to be a dad. Like, I go out of my way to reaffirm what the right thing is. You know what I mean? I don't spend a ton of time beating in the negative. I just make it very clear and reaffirm positively what is right. And then once they get older, we can talk about all of the implications of, but they're 6 and 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have to, there's steps. I'm just at the beginning steps where they're starting to see, oh, there's some weird things in the world and I don't understand why.
Yeah. I agree with you. It's fucking hard. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard. Like,
Yeah, my knee jerk is way different.
yeah, yeah, 100%. We had some people over at our house for dinner, and my son was just running, my oldest, and he's in summer camp right now, and there are, I think, a few gay counselors, which to me, that's fucking totally fine. You could be gay as you want. I don't give a fuck. In fact, go ahead. But my son was walking by and he's like, I'm gay.
Your son?
My son. And I, in front of all of these people, we had like at least like 8 to 10 people over. I fucking lost my fucking mind. I said, what the fuck did you just say? And he's like, what? I'm gay. And I said, come over here right now. Came over. And I said, you don't say that shit ever again. And he's like, why? Now, I started escalating. Right, I was furious.
You went red.
My first thought was like, dude, I will beat the gay out of you. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Jeremy's like, I'm an atheist, but I'm gonna pray that gay away.
Yeah. but here's the thing. Now, if my son grows up to be homosexual, it's not going to change any amount of true love I have for him. I might joke about it. I might feel a certain way about it, but it's like, dude, that's I made that thing. My job's to be present and helpful and just try to steer him the best way I can. But my wife was like giving me the look of like, you need to calm the fuck down because like you're fucking go like,
Yeah, your rev limiter is hit.
yeah. And here's the thing.
Somebody.
Yeah. When I get that mad, I don't
Where's
get
this
violent.
counselor?
Yeah. No, yeah. I don't get like violent towards my kids, right? Like their punishments are never, it's never like I'm going to hit this kid because I'm mad. It's always just like, I'm going to be very stern and explain things thoroughly until it's done.
How old is your kid?
He just turned 8.
See, that's indoctrination.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Your kid didn't wake up and think like, oh, like he probably didn't even know what that was until it was
So,
introduced.
Well,
you know
that's
what I
the
mean?
thing. My question, my wife was kind of like, calm the fuck down. And I was like, do you know what that means? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, where'd you hear it? And he's like, oh, a kid at my camp called someone gay. And the kid that he called gay, I think's like a cool kid. So I was just assuming that it was like
cool.
It was a cool thing. And I was like, well, first of all, like, here's the gig. Like, my first question was, is anyone at your camp talking to you about stuff like that? Has anyone at your camp?
It's like a day camp type thing.
Yeah, it's a full day. And he's there right now because he answers my questions. We have a really great open line of communication.
When
right?
you're done yelling.
When I'm done screaming, even when I am. I mean, he knows that.
No,
the truth to me matters more than anything else. Like if he fucks up, be honest. Boom.
Zero judgment.
Yeah,
I promise you.
Everyone listening's like, Jesus Christ.
No. Any dad is like, we all lose our tops, and I do it too.
And
It's
so I
zero
asked him,
judgment.
are any of the counselors talking to you about this? And he's like, no. And I said, are any of the counselors separating you from other people and talking to you? And he's like, no. And I'm like, are any of the counselors pulling any kids aside and talking to them? And he's like, not unless they fuck up. You know, like he was basically like, yeah, not unless they're in like big ass trouble for like chucking a dodgeball at a counselor while they're sitting writing on a paper. You know, like I was like, okay.
Very good.
And I was like, is anyone touching any of the kids or you? And he's like, just when we play tag or rough house. And I was like, but the counselors? And he's like, no, the counselors never touch us, just other kids. Like, we'll go play, you know, 2-hand touch and tackle. And,
Right.
you know, I was like, okay, cool. And so then I explained to him, I said, look, like, I'm not going to explain to you exactly what gay means, but you are not that. And you don't go around saying that. It is not a term of endearment in our community. You know, he was insulting that kid. Right? Like, whether he was friends with him or not, you know, guys joke and stuff, but like, and I kind of explained it to him. And then after everyone left and stuff, I asked my wife, I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? Like, oh, that's when two dudes butt fuck. Like, some chicks just like fucking scissoring. Like, what do I say? Like, how do I, he
Doesn't know.
Well, and he's young to the point where I know he likes girls. He has little crushes and he has girlfriends and all that, but I'm not going to start introducing sex to him at 8 years old.
No.
You know what I mean? And it's inevitable. Like, I know a lot of his friends have older brothers and they probably tell the, you know, so I know he hears stuff, but it's like, I'm not going to be like, okay, son, well, let's talk. Sometimes two men are very strange and want to fucking, like, I don't want him to know that shit yet. So I didn't know how to address it. So I was just,
you
I just was like, glitch. Like, I was glitching. I was like, what do I do? And
Rebooting.
And that was one of those things where it's like, man, I immediately took it and villainized the camp.
Sure.
I was like, one of these motherfuckers is talking to my kid about
somebody's
this.
going to die.
Yeah. And I told my wife, I was like, I am not above punching anyone in the face for my kid.
Yeah.
And Erica's like, well, you know, talk to him. So, you know, we had the conversation. And it turns out he just didn't know what it meant. He thought it meant cool. But he says a lot. He's at the age where he's trying to assimilate with like all the cool lingo and all the terms. And
Dude, my 4-year-old was like, I said something. He's like, that's freaking awesome. And I'm like, dude, I died laughing. Hearing a 4-year-old say it's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
like,
he gets it.
It was just,
Dude, they're smart now. Like,
they're smart.
they're like, there's so much information, right?
Yeah.
Again. And so, and I'll equate this to the precision rifle class that I took this weekend. Bad data in is bad data out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so, I mean, I think they're just pumping so much information. I mean, in kids, like smartphones and tablets and all this stuff that kids are babysat with now.
Nope.
It's so crazy to me.
Keep it away.
And I'm just literally, I don't care if I hurt your feelings. If you are biologically a male,
You're a male.
you're not getting fucking called.
And you don't have, there's no obligation to play into any. Now, here's the thing. If I'd like to,
Dude, I have friends that work in the state, like California state, they're state employees.
yeah.
They have to address people
Mm-hmm.
in their emails and all this bullshit as their preferred pronouns.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
what in the
absolutely.
fuck, dude?
Yeah,
There
it's clown world.
is a clown world.
It is.
Yeah,
I don't
play
know.
that game either.
I don't either. And ultimately, at the end of the day, here's the thing: if you want to, I mean, I'm so just like, do whatever the fuck you want. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Totally agree there.
And it's like, man, like, listen, if you are a boy and you want to play a girl, fuck, dude, go ahead.
That's fine. But
Leave
I'm
it
not.
out
I
of
don't
my
have to
kid's
fucking
fucking
play along. I don't
classroom.
have to go along with it.
We don't. We
Yes.
totally don't. But my big thing's like, even if you want to try to tell me as an adult, like, hey, you have to call me ma'am.
I'd be like,
You're-
fuck
Okay,
you.
yeah,
no.
that's fine. But like, just fucking for the love of God,
But
please leave the
I'm
fucking
not.
kids
I don't
alone.
even come at hot. I'm just like, no, like, look, you have every right to call yourself whatever you want,
Yeah.
and that may be your beliefs, but I look at the world through a pretty binary lens.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to play that game. It may offend you. That's okay with me.
Yeah,
It's not your right to not be offended.
You're allowed to be offended.
It is your right to state your case,
Yeah.
make your request. It's my right to deny it. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna.
Yep.
I don't think that way. I don't believe that way, and I respectfully.
Have you ever misgendered somebody on the job?
I actually haven't had to deal with it.
I
You
haven't-
you
I
would
haven't
think
really
working in
either.
California, it's like, dude,
Yeah.
I haven't had to deal with it.
Okay, well, good. Well, what would happen if you did? Would you get reprimanded?
I don't know. They
Fuck yeah, you would.
honestly probably not.
You don't think so?
No, because I think most of the situations I deal with are so rapidly progressing. Like, it would very easily just be like, I didn't know. I don't
Yeah.
take the time to ask people about how they feel emotionally.
This
I'm-
person was bleeding. I
I'm
was panicking.
worried unless
Yeah.
they're having like a legit psych like issue
Yeah.
and I have to sedate them. For the most part, I'm dealing with their physical body.
Yeah.
So I really don't care. And that's not me being not sensitive. Like, it's not relevant. Your feelings about how you view yourself are not relevant to how I keep you alive.
Yeah.
And that makes it sound like every call. Dude, let's be very honest. People call 911 for medical issues. Such a small percentage of them are actually life or death situations.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But even still, every patient gets the same level of care. Right. If it's serious, it gets escalated. If it's not so serious, but they still get the same level of
Yeah.
care. The way they feel about themselves has no bearing over how they're treated physically.
Yeah.
Like, if you are a dude and you think you're a female, it's not going to change how I stop an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't. You know what I mean? So it's not super relevant. And I'm with my patients for such a short amount of time that it doesn't really matter. Now, maybe medics in San Francisco have a different experience. I don't know.
We'd have to ask David that works for us part-time at Sac Store because he's a
He's an SF medic.
Yeah.
But
fireman.
I just don't think it's all that relevant to. We get the annual.
It's such a small amount of people,
Yeah,
but they're
is.
dictating
it's just
so much.
It's a very, very
If-
loud minority.
yeah.
Well, is it the squeaky
It's
gear
more.
gets
It's
lubed
more
first?
control, though. I
Squeak-
think it's
squeaky
more
wheel.
them wanting more control. It's
Yeah.
not going to happen. Not in my lifetime. It's not going to happen to me. Not going to happen to anybody in my
Yeah.
circle. You're not getting it. Sorry.
Well, and I'm
Sorry.
So
not
you
sorry.
will not call me big sexy?
I'll call you big sexy.
Thank you.
you have every right to think what you want, to feel how you want. You can call
Yes.
yourself whatever you want, and that's fine. You can even request it of me. I'm just gonna politely tell you no.
Yeah.
And
Now,
that's
if-
okay.
And if you want to escalate, so be it. But that's your game to play, not mine.
Yeah.
Like,
Like they started putting non-binary on the 4473, and I told myself, I'm whatever's on your driver's license.
this is what's going on.
It's what's going on there. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Or I'm just going to cancel the sale because I don't think that you're mentally
Stable.
stable enough to fucking own a gun, and that's my choice.
That's your prerogative as a business owner.
That's my
Yeah.
fucking
But again,
choice.
that's not law. That's you as a business owner.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. It's like, and this is why I love the idea of a free market.
Well, it's like that fucking goddamn Christian baking the cakes for
ba-
the gays.
See, literally
Like,
what I was
what
going
in
to
the
say.
fuck?
Let the free market decide.
Yeah.
If they
Why
don't-
you got to
if-
take
if-
the motherfucker to court?
I don't care if he was anti-Semitic. Do I agree with anti-Semitism? No.
No.
But if he wants to say no cakes for Jews on the front glass, cool. Let the free market decide if they
Decide.
want to allow this business to live
Exactly.
or die. That's what the free market does best.
I don't know, man. I don't know where we go. It's
Now is perfect. No gays for or no guns for gays.
dude. I have gay friends. They don't push this bullshit
Well,
on any of us.
dude, here
Yeah.
this is the thing.
And they're totally against all this fucking wackadoodle bullshit, transgender fucking
Yeah.
drag queens and all. Like, dude, what in the fuck?
The alphabet soup, this is my biggest complaint with the alphabet soup thing. If you're straight, dude, in your bio, like husband, father, whatever, do you then preference who you prefer to have sex with, like gay or straight? no one I know that does.
Nope.
But the gay people I do, it's like, husband, father, hiker, gay. And it's like, why does it matter? Like, if that's just, if all it is your sexual preference, then why do you have to tote it to the world?
Yep.
It's not who I have sex with has no bearing over the rest of my life.
That could also be a, gay, though we look at it as just sexual preference. They could look at it as community, as stuff like that.
But homosexuality is literally that. Homo, same, sexual, sex. Like, it is literally that. It's turned into something that is so much beyond just a preference. It's now a state of mind. It's a state of being. It is an all-consuming thing about who you are as a person. It's no longer just your preference.
So would you say the same thing about people who write patriot in their profile?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, we talked about it recently. Like, we had that interaction. I don't want to call it up. We had that interaction with that group of people that came here to train. And I was like, dude, they're not my brand of people.
Yeah.
Like, they're those guys who are like former whatever. Yeah. And that their entire identity is being former or active or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And then there's the other side of the coin where it's like, they're gun guys. They're in and around but their entire identity is trying to make the world believe that they are high speed of some kind. And it's like, I don't want to be a part of either of that.
Yeah.
I have gear. I like to train. I like to shoot, but it's not my.
You were out LARPing, like that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's not
you're a bunch of LARPers.
My personality isn't dictated. My life isn't dictated. My father, how I raise my sons, how I'm a husband to my wife, like how I interact with my friends. It's not dictated by those things that I like. Yeah. Now, I tend to have friends that have similar hobbies, right? But I like to bow hunt, but my entire life doesn't surround bow hunting.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, look at my my personal profile.
Yeah.
There's like literally really nothing to do with guns on it.
You own this company, which is starting to become kind of a fixture in the community. Same with you. Like, but look at, like, you're not branded right now.
I don't have anything firearm related.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, they're things, they're elements. Are they a part of my life? Sure. Is my marriage or the fact that I'm in a heterosexual marriage, and this is just talking practically. Like, I know there's the other side of, like, people have moral and ethical opinions about these types of things, and I do as well. But just practically, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I'm perfectly content, even as a Christian, saying, like, okay, cool, like, you're gay, that's your thing. Just let it be your thing. It doesn't have to be a freaking flag waving to the community.
What do you think about the opening ceremonies?
I'm not watching any of the Olympics.
So I was actually going to touch on that.
I don't watch sports at all, and I've only seen, and I'm not in the Bible. I don't know. I was never raised in that atmosphere, so I don't know. But doing the little bit of research that I did, dude, what a clusterfuck!
It is a blatant middle finger,
dude. And now, so in my opinion, when you're poking people like that purposefully, and you better fucking be careful what you get in return.
Well, it's like, look, my faith tells me, like, I'm going to be persecuted for my faith. I'm fine with that. Like, I'm fine with dissonance in the world against Christianity. That doesn't bother me at all. Like, but at a certain point, I'm going to be like, hey, look, like, you get to have those opinions. I get to not participate. And so I'm just not participating.
Yeah, it actually, and I think I don't know if we haven't really dove into the religion part yet on the podcast ever, but I'm not even atheist. I just don't believe in anything. And
you would say, like, agnostic.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. I'm not even that.
Yeah, but I suppose if you were gonna have to like title it, that's typically what you would go with.
Yeah,
is like
what he said.
Like, but you just kind of have a non-belief belief.
Yeah, but it's like when I saw that. I saw that as a so here's I fucking love the Olympics, man. I get down. I'll watch curling. I don't give a fuck.
Curling is great.
I love watching America win anything, and when America loses anything, I'm like, bullshit, this is rigged, and I get mad. So like I'm in it just to watch America just like dominate the world, and I can be my xenophobic self and just say America over everybody, and it makes me happy. but that's what xenophobia is, right? Okay, I didn't just say something wild.
I was impressed.
Okay, I
Yeah,
was like,
he
wait a
was like,
second.
oh, it's a big word for
That
it.
is a big word, but also at the same time, I'm like, fuck, did I just really fuck up?
No,
Like,
you did good.
am I going to hell?
Nope, you did good.
Good. But yeah, so I love it. And then when I see that, I'm like, fuck, man. Like, why are we? Because I look at that attack, or not even attack, because it's not. It's just fucking mockery. But I look at that, and I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about Christianity. I don't give a fuck about atheism. I don't give a fuck about anything. But it's like, I look at that and I see that as a direct fuck you to conservative America. Not just the Christians, right? Because I'm sure there's plenty of liberal Christians as well. Whatever, you know. But I look at that, I'm like, fuck, man.
I think you're poking the fucking bear.
Yeah.
And you just keep doing it and keep doing it. I equate it to this. You know, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been through a really bad breakup, but I had a relationship years ago.
A relationship.
Yeah, exactly. Where we were not married, but we had everything encompassed together.
Yeah.
Homes, cars, all that.
Like almost common law. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
And so that breakup didn't go down very smoothly. And it was like I was willing to part with a lot of the things that I didn't want to part with, but then it was never good enough, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, I'm going to take it one fucking step further.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I felt like I was being pushed in a corner where now I'm on the defensive. Like I already didn't like this situation. I was very uncomfortable with it. And she was getting the house. I was getting kicked back into a fucking rental home. And then my dog was being held hostage. And then it was my guns. And then it was going into the accounts and taking money out. And then me going back to my house, seeing that there's another dude's clothing in my fucking home. Like, dude, I felt like just the world was crumbling. And I just felt like I was backed in such a fucking corner where I didn't have a choice but to fucking lash out. And I feel like that's where we're at. Like, I feel like with this kind of scenario, with these fucking mental midgets, you know, that they fucking keep fucking poking the fucking bear, dude, and they're not gonna like the consequences. And it takes a huge, dude, in that situation for me, my life is so much better now. I mean, I have the best wife, honest to God. Like I couldn't even, there's no reason why I should have Sherry. Like she's the best.
Yeah, you
ever.
definitely married up. I think we talked about this on one episode.
We have. And
I think we likely all did.
but
Yeah.
getting put in that situation, it takes a huge, like, dude, because I could have totally went psycho.
Oh, yeah.
And I would have
Off
lost
the
everything that
rails.
I own and probably my freedom. But those are the things that the thoughts that were going through my head at that point in time. I thought my whole life was done. And I feel the same way with these mental midgets when they do this shit and they and you know, big pharma and big fucking dude, all these big corporations are in on it and they're pushing it down our fucking throats. And it's we have to look at it when we really don't, because you can just turn the channel or whatever. But I feel like that's just one more thing. You're just poking the bear.
Yeah.
And at some point, you know, that fucking bear is going to fucking bite your hand. They're going to fucking take your head off. They're going to kill it. I mean, dude, you're playing with fire is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I think that and it is a world stage, right? The Olympics is the most elite sporting event for the world. It's the world coming together and they decide that they're going to display that.
Yeah, and
That's
what a way
just-
to like show how fucking divided America is.
I don't even think that's even being divided. That's just them trying to fucking control a segment.
I think it's a statement. I think it's a pretty blatant and
It's a pretty
obvious,
fucking stupid statement.
I agree, but it's blatant.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no
way you're going to garner. I mean, dude, I don't know. I don't think there's so many other ways to do it. Just like the fucking gay pride event here in Nampa.
Oh, I didn't even know about it.
You hear about this?
No.
In June? And it's their pride event that they held on, you know, public property basically.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, you have half naked fucking dudes walking around and there's children there. It's like, bro, how fucking much more
They weren't getting arrested for being naked?
No.
So I watched a video.
They got permits and shit to do this.
To be naked in public.
Bro,
I watched.
Go Look it up.
All
I
right.
watched a video. If I find it ever again, I'll send it to you. Where this person was talking to the cops, like, "Hey, this wasn't in Idaho.
This was in San Francisco. I
San
know
Francisco.
exactly
I
what
saw
you're
Is
this
talking
this
one,
about.
okay?" The cops are just like, "As long as it's not for sexual gratification, there's nothing we can do."
What else is it for?
Bro, I was drunk one night in California. Was drunk. I was a passenger in a car. I told my fucking friend, "You better fucking pull this car over. I'm gonna fucking piss my pants." Literally, I got out, fucking pissed on the side of a building, shit-faced drunk. Dude, the sheriff's department, they were like, "Hey, what the fuck you doing?" I'm like, "Taking a piss." "Did you just have your dick out?" "Yeah." "Dude, you know that we could write you up for that?" And now you have like
And that-
full on.
And you could be a registered sexual.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But yet they're allowed to fucking do this shit without getting, a ticket, whatever it is, because it's not for sexual gratification. What the fuck is it for?
Oh, I agree. It's weird.
One of the guys in the Olympics in the Last Supper mockery thing had his nutsack hanging out of his just his
He did. I saw
nutsack,
it.
which is like I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, you remember? I don't know, maybe it was like a military thing, but it was like there was a certain phase in life where it was funny to try to get your buddies to like see your nutsack.
You're like, "Shit, I got gum on my
Yeah,
back."
you know what I mean?
Gum on my fucking-
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought. I'm like, this is just the ultimate troll.
It's so
It's wild, guys. It's
Okay,
wild.
I mean that I can get humor in that. Maybe I will watch the Olympics after all.
Yeah.
I'm
But yeah,
not
no,
watching
that's
that.
one of those things where I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, now I'm not even religious, and I don't even want to fucking watch the Olympics because it's like you had to just go and fucking do some stupid woke shit.
This is what bugs me. Look, you want to make fun of the faith. People do it all the time. It
I
is what
do.
it is.
I'm
I
guilty.
don't agree with it. I'm not watching the Olympics as a result of it. But that's my thing, right? They told one of I think it was an American athlete. It was a surfer or skateboarder.
Brazilian surfer.
She was Brazilian. They said you may not reference Jesus or your faith as a result of like your victories or whatever.
On the podium?
Well, what happened? So the surfer, what happened was he had the Guadalupe that they have in Brazil.
Uh-huh.
Is that Guadalupe?
The
Virgin
Jesus
Mary?
statue.
Whatever it is at the top of the mountain, the
Yeah.
big one with the hands out. He had that on his surfboards, and he had to get it removed in order to utilize his surfboards.
So his response was fine. He didn't say anything. He signed language like Jesus something on. But I mean, it is now like it's not just we're gonna make fun of it, but now we're gonna suppress your
Yeah.
ability
Freedom of religion. Yeah.
and speech.
Yup. And here's the thing about that too.
Karma, dude. I hope fucking United States fucking fails at every single sporting
Well, that
event
wasn't
there.
even the U.S. That
Oh.
you said he was a Brazilian.
All
Yeah,
of it.
that was
though.
a Brazilian.
I don't
But I
give
mean,
a fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Over
It's-
it, dude.
Well, and
Over
here's
it.
the thing, like, and now I'm at the point too, like, look, the Olympics are a cool thing in theory, right? But there's theory of what it should have been or what it was,
It's only cool if America wins.
and then there's what it is, and it's like it's almost I look at it almost like the Constitution. It's like the Constitution is great, but our Constitution is so far removed from where we are actually at as a government, as a country, as a people,
We
as a
need term
nation.
fucking limits, dude. We need term limits.
Yeah, no one
Like
over the
ASAP.
age of 59 can be in
I don't even.
politics.
The age thing is
I don't
not.
care
There's a
about the
lot
age.
of fucking old people, dude, that are very, very
Sharp.
intelligent, and
I don't know why you would want to be a politician.
there
after
there
the
should
age
be
of-
no
sounds
more.
horrible.
Awful.
You should get 2 terms. That's it. Just like a president, you can never run after your
per,
second
per-
term.
I think per office. If you want to
That's
get,
it.
if you want to go 2 terms and then you're
Termed out.
and then you can
You're done.
term out as a rep. If you want to run for Senate, then you can, or maybe it's like per house, like per branch of government.
I
right?
honestly
You
think
get
that there
2
should be no legacy either. Honestly, that is just my thought. There shouldn't be. If
Sons
if a Trump is a fucking president,
That's the
no
Trump.
other Trump can be president
For how many generations?
forever,
100.
Forever.
forever.
So even if his
No
great
legacy.
great grandchild,
in my opinion,
really,
right? No nepotism, none of that shit, dude. None of it. Because then you end up like the Bushes, and dude, it's just the elites keep getting fucking more elite.
I get where you're coming from, but
I'm just done. I'm over it,
I
dude.
get,
Like
I get the mindset, but where do you feel like
our
your
government
great
was
grandfather
made of us, we the people. It's not that anymore.
was it?
Yeah, dude, they were fucking 17 years. The founders of the fucking
I know.
this
Agreed.
country were 17 years old.
But I think corruption started a lot earlier than we want to. We
Oh,
think it
yeah.
did.
I mean, corruption's always been
I'm
there.
sure it was there, but it ain't like it is now, and it's in our fucking face. They're not even trying to hide it anymore.
Well, they used to be able to because we didn't have smartphones. Now we have
We've got
information.
instant
But
access to
no,
info.
dude, they're
And we-
literally it's there. and it's in our face, and there's nothing that we could do about it.
30 years ago, though, if this exact situation was happening 30 years ago, there'd be so much less
reaction
because there'd be so much less coverage. You'd have to physically sit down to watch it on the news or read it. Now
I
we
agree.
fucking every day we wake up and we open our fucking mouth and flick our phone open. It's just flooding our fucking.
I kind of agree with the sentiment. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we are not in a bad way.
Yeah, it's definitely worse now than it was.
But
now
we
we just
absolutely are.
fucking
So I don't want to sound like
drink
I'm
the Kool-Aid.
diminishing the severity of the situation, but it is certainly sensationalized because of how immediate our access is to it. Immediate.
Oh, yeah, it's right when I wake up.
The way that we interact with information is and forever will be different than it was to previous generations.
Are you guys on X at all?
No.
Yeah, it's the Wild West, bro.
It is.
That's where I get all my news.
I'm this close from deleting all social media off my phone.
Oh, I want
this
to
close
so
to.
bad, but I have fucking business.
But you can do it from a work phone or your computer. Like you can do business.
It's so limited.
No.
Yeah, the mobile app is way more.
The mobile app you
it's
can
way
do
better.
more.
So then get an iPad and leave it here. So you have it so you do your business stuff of business.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, dude, I haven't really focused on Black Rifles, Instagrams, Facebooks. Very rare do I go on there and put anything anymore because it's just, dude, it's just a fucking goat rope. It really is.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
they
it's like now
censor
you have-
everything that we try to do.
And you have staff to do that now. It's like you just create a campaign and then you run with it. And if it works,
Yeah.
it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Did you know we couldn't even raffle that gun off live?
Because you guys were banned live.
Yeah, I was like, we're going to raffle it off on this day. Hit it. And it's like, oh, you can't go live. But then the date was the next day.
Was
I was like,
this
how?
the USCC again?
No, this was the gun sim shot
Dude,
raffle.
my personal and my work Facebooks, if I was to post something right now and you weren't like, oh, let me see what Rob posted,
Yeah.
you're not seeing it for like a day or 2 or 3 days later.
Yeah.
Like literally. It's just they hate me that much.
Sure.
Like it's crazy. And I'm just overplaying the fucking game with them.
Yeah.
I really am.
I don't know, man.
All right, guys. I know this episode's ran long. I'm sorry, but you
Yeah.
want to take us out? 'Cause
Yeah,
we all got
we're
jobs that we gotta do
what?
today.
We're an hour and 10-ish minutes in. But
Yeah.
dude, I missed you guys. I'm stoked we're back on track.
Likewise.
We're gonna
Are you gonna get this thing cut? And
Yeah, I'm gonna get
edited.
I'm gonna get it chopped up. So today's is Monday. I'll get it posted this week. I'll get it posted Wednesday.
Sweet.
And,
And we'll go
Yeah,
from
we
there.
miss you guys. You know, we're not getting a lot of comments anymore. I don't know why. I think
It's
we're
because we haven't been posting.
no, but we were getting you know a bunch of comments. But we'd like to hear your guys' reactions at anything that we're all saying.
Yeah.
But
You put, what's up?
send
trying
us
to be
your
cool.
questions. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that can't really get on social media and talk the way that they actually want to, so we could be your voice because none of us
Yeah.
really care about getting canceled.
Yeah.
So send them in.
But do like, comment, subscribe, please. We're on YouTube, Instagram, all the podcast platforms. So
For now.
Spotify, Apple, Amazon. I think that's it.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's good to be back in the groove.
yeah,
I'd like to,
no quarter pod.
I'd like to go back though and mention one thing that we are not against the small person community, despite Rob's comments
What was it?
about midgets.
What was it? Mind midgets?
Oh, the mental midgets.
We are very pro small people.
Wee Man is gonna kick your
and
ass.
if you're looking
Mental
for work,
midgets.
call me. I may have a side job for you.
Oh man, yeah, we'll get another one recorded this week too, because I go back to work Wednesday, so that way we can
Sweet.
have one to post. We'll be back on track, boys. Stoked. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.